What I'm about to share with you today literally turns everything that many of us know about stress on its head. It's a revelation so profound that it's literally changed the way that I not only deal with my own stress, but the way I teach others, such as corporate executives and clients, on how to deal with stress. A study was conducted following 30,000 people in the United States for 30 years. They asked each person how much stress that they had experienced in the past year and if they believed that the stress was harmful to their health. The study looked at public death records to find out who died. What they discovered was that people who had experienced a lot of stress in the previous year were at a 43% increase of dying from stress-related illness. The most significant issue that determined the results of the study were that this was only true for those who actually believed that stress was harmful to their health. The study predicted that people who experienced stress but did not have the belief that stress is a health risk had a lower risk of dying than anybody in the entire study, including those who had little stress at all. Over the 8-year period of the study, 182,000 Americans died prematurely, just simply from the belief that stress is a health risk, not actually from the stress. The belief of the negative health implications of stress is therefore the 15th largest cause of death in the United States, killing more people than skin cancer, HIV and homicide. So this begs the question, does changing how we think about stress actually make you healthier? Well, according to science, the answer is yes. When we change our minds about stress, we also change our body's response to it. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a mentor of mine and a leader in epigenetic research, talks about the biology of belief, and it seems that we have the ability to control our health by changing the way that we think about stress. What if we viewed stress as a good thing and not as a bad thing? What if we could view stress as a sign that your body is being energized and prepared to meet challenges? Participants in a study conducted at Harvard University were taught to rethink the stress response as a helpful one. They were taught that a racing heart and increased breathing was an imperative response required to get more oxygen to the brain and to the body, not a degenerative reaction, but a reaction that would increase performance. As it turned out, the subjects were less anxious and experienced greater confidence. And there were a number of physical stress responses that were measured. Stress is often associated with cardiovascular disease based upon the fact that our heart rate increases and our blood vessels constrict when we feel undue pressure or conflict. It's not really healthy to be in this state all the time, but in the study, when participants viewed their stress response as helpful, their blood vessels actually remained unconstricted. This is a physiological response similar to when we experience joy and happiness. This simple reframing of how we view stress enables us to come up with solutions instead of the feeling of being overwhelmed. This powerful tool is used by personal coaches and leaders to teach and train for effective stress management. What these new studies reveal is that stress is not as bad as we once thought. It reveals that it is how we view stress that really matters. It's about making our stress response healthier. Oxytocin is a neurohormone, the natural love drug hormone, which primes us to develop close relationships with others. It enables us to have empathy and experience that feeling when you fall in love or establish a deep connection with another person. Oxytocin makes us crave physical and emotional contact with friends and family, and it can help us to support others in need. Oxytocin doesn't only act on our brains, it also acts on our bodies. Because oxytocin is a naturally produced anti-inflammatory, one of its main roles in the body is to protect the cardiovascular system from the effects of stress. So powerful are the physiological effects of oxytocin on the body that in addition to it being an anti-inflammatory, it also induces social contact and support. The effect is amazing in the fact that it assists with more rapid recovery from stress or increased stress resilience, which occurs through human connection. Now, there's a third study that supports the theory that the perception of stress is directly relevant to the physiological effect of stress on the body. Tracking 1,000 adults in the United States, the amount of stress-related experiences each subject faced in the past year was marked against the amount of time spent helping out friends and neighbours or others in the community. The study also tracked how many of these people died in the following 5 years, according to public records. The results indicated the incidence of family crisis increased the risk of dying by 30%. The group who participated in community or family support and care revealed a 0% increase in risk for stress-related illness that actually resulted in dying. The outcome of the study determined that empathy and caring for others creates self-resilience. The effects of stress don't actually have to be negative. They can actually fuel and drive us for success and to create stronger connections with others. In turn, this creates a healthier you. How we think about stress can transform our health. Social psychologist Kelly McGonigal says that when we choose to view our stress response as helpful, we create the biology of courage. And when we choose to connect with others under stress, we can create resilience. Kelly McGonigal summarises this perfectly by saying in her TED Talk, chasing meaning is better for your health than trying to avoid discomfort. The best way to make decisions is to go after what it is that creates meaning in your life and then trust yourself to handle the stress that follows. Stress gives us access to regulate our empathy for others and regulate our own health. It can also give us a drive, a passion, and personal strength to achieve goals and aspirations, while at the same time seeking out the connection with others that supports us both emotionally and physically. To eliminate the negative effect of stress on your mind and on your body, you need to reframe your perception of stress and utilise the benefits of increased oxytocin. We can do this easily by simply developing a habit of helping others. What the science is actually telling us here is that changing the way that we think about stress can actually make you healthier. My name is Drew Lesser, and thanks so much for joining me on The Science of Happiness. Please don't forget to share this on Facebook or give me the big thumbs up. Add me on Twitter, Drew H. Lesser, Instagram, Drew H. Lesser, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.